Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Maxwell.
Hello!
We're doing it again.
We are indeed.
This week's been kind of
Quiet.
slow and
Yeah.
quiet. Not a lot of news. Little bits. We have McCree's new name. It's Cassidy something. I can't remember it. You know, I know it has Cassidy in it, but he's McCree to me. I'm just. It's never going to stop.
We spent like how many years calling him McCree?
I think about 2 now, 2, 3.
Oh, more than that.
4 maybe. Anyway, so first things first. I think we'll go through the big news first. I think the big news for this week was the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy.
Yes.
Definitive Edition.
I mean, 2K and Rockstar have really, not kept it. It wasn't that well kept to see, considering the fact that they would.
Oh, the banhammers.
Yeah, they were literally throwing
around
banhammers at everyone.
Every modder in the universe was getting a banhammer.
It's like, you've got a niche modding community, and anyway, let's just kill it.
So yeah, it's the PlayStation 2 trilogy. I don't really class them as a trilogy. It's not really linked with each other.
They're not linked, but they are in a sense.
Yeah, they're linked by the fact that they're called Grand Theft Auto.
Well, no, the thing is that like in San Andreas, you do end up going to for one mission for one little part, going to
Liberty City.
Liberty City, yeah.
Liberty City.
You end up going to Liberty and fighting in the mafia's like restaurants.
Yeah,
which is pretty prominent at the beginning of Grand Theft Auto 3. So they are connected in a sense, in the same way like Final Fantasy games are connected.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean,
like you don't really need to be you can play each one individually. Then there may be little nods and winks and like, oh, this person is in this game sort of thing.
Yeah,
but the actual storyline has no massive correlation with the others.
So they in the trailer they basically say it's basically spruced up graphics.
Yeah. But
they've kept the art style.
They've kept the art style,
which I think is what I like. I like
which is why the graphical improvement is not as to Grand Theft Auto 5 or 4, which is what some people were probably wanting.
The thing for that is, I think for people
you would have to
that would be a remake. That wouldn't be a spruced up remaster sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, for what they've put in, it does look like
they have
actually put in a lot of work to get it up to where. For them to like make it look like Grand Theft Auto 5, you'd have to literally build it from scratch.
Yeah.
Which, considering they're due to release it next month,
November 11th, so in 2 weeks.
2 weeks time. As of speaking right now, that's pretty quick. Like, considering the fact that there's only been Red Dead Redemption 2 launched since Grand Theft Auto 5 launched. Yeah.
Plus, you gotta think that's 3 games, and you want all 3 games to be remastered to the level of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, that's going
to take forever.
To do. If you did that wouldn't be coming out until you had the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox something.
Yeah.
XV or something like that. I don't know. I've given up trying to figure out what them.
I think they just have names in a hat and they just pull one out, and that's how they do it.
Yeah. Well, I've not got a better idea of how they do it. So, anywho, yeah. On one hand, I'm like, okay, so I prefer the old style.
I like the old
from
style.
The PS2s. Yes, part of it was due to, technical limitations, but the less realistic photorealism was I did kind of, and they are my most enjoyable Grand Theft Autos. I don't like 4, 5. I've looked at and gone, no.
Yeah.
And don't get me started online. That hellscape.
Vice City's. I'm probably going to get this, and I'm only going to play Vice City.
Best soundtrack, best game.
It's the best map. One. It's the best one out of all of them. It is Vice City is the best one.
Yeah,
best story.
They are implementing though a lot
of
the
new control systems from 5, which is fine.
Which is okay.
I would assume that like be in the state of like Demon Souls. Like if you just went straight, if you played Grand Theft Auto 5
and then
went straight into Vice City, like the PS2, like that is some clunky stuff. I did that. I played Dark Souls 3 and then I went, you know what? I'm going to go from the beginning and start from Demon Souls, and I was like, oh god, this was a mistake. Yeah. This was a mistake.
Mistakes were made. There has been an error in judgment.
That's part of the reason why I don't really like the Dark Souls.
Yeah, the first Dark Souls
remaster thing that remake, they did, because
remaster.
They really haven't done anything other than spruce up graphics.
Yeah,
it doesn't. At least it doesn't feel to me like it still feels like that clunky, janky stuff all over again. And I was like, I don't.
Unlike the PS5.
Unlike the remake of Demon Souls, where everything just seems good. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so I will probably keep an eye on it. I'm looking at what the price they're going to be charged, because let's be honest.
I think they said it was going to be
this
50 quid.
$50, yeah, $60, which works out roughly £50.
Yeah.
And we did say like that was going to be the top end of what we would probably be happy to pay for. I mean, yes, they are 3 games, and they are 3 very big games
and good games,
and they are 3 very good games. But they are pushing on 20 years now.
Yeah.
So
if we say 15 quid each, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you're paying 50 quid for 3 games.
Yeah.
That have all been spruced up.
Yeah, which each one easily has like a multitude of.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Grand Theft Auto 3 plays, because that's the oldest.
Yeah, that is the oldest with the most clunkiness.
Yeah.
Part of me is a little worried about the driving, because I don't like the change of the driving mechanics change from San Andreas to 4. And 5 is very similar-ish to 4, and that's my one concern, because I like the arcadey, drifty controls, especially if you got in the more faster vehicles. It was really fun. Just like power slide out with a 90-degree corner and boom.
Yeah. My worry is it still going to have the cheats, and it's not going to ruin my game if I use the cheats. And like that, because companies do that now. Like, oh, you've got these cheats, but if you use them, you can't get trophies, or you can't get achievements and stuff like that. And it's like,
I mean, doesn't 5? Right, I'm trying to remember if 5 has phone numbers you can phone, which will give you.
Yeah, I think so.
Will give you just stupid guns and all that. I just want the tank spawner.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I want them to have is the stats that you used to be able to. They used to log you with.
Yeah.
So, for example, Vice City used to actually show you the TV rating. Of your biggest chase.
Yeah.
The biggest chase you had, it would actually have a TV rating, and it'd be local, state, national, worldwide. Worldwide TV, worldwide coverage of this police chase, and it's I want those, but I want them implemented in all the games, all of them. I'm especially San Andreas.
Oh yeah,
because San Andreas is fucking huge, mind-bogglingly huge for
a PS2 game.
For a PS2 game, and I do hope they do fix a couple of things, for example. San Andreas' territory war, gang war, thing, because it was literally I'd taken over the entire thing. It said 98%, which was okay, so where's the last fucking territory? Where is it? And obviously, I'm not gonna search this for 1 pixel on a map. Go, it's Rockstar. And so I'd be over in the giant international airport, and just about to commandeer a jumbo jet, because there was one, which was amazing, and then be told, oh, your territory is under attack. Oh, for fuck's sake.
It'd be the one on the other side of the sea.
Yeah. Well, no, the airport's in one corner. Los Santos is in the other.
Oh God.
That was the thing. There's San Andreas is the state.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
So it had San Fierro, which is basically San Francisco. It had Los Santos, which is basically Los Angeles, and it had Las Palmas, I think, which is Las Vegas. And like in between all those was like different like county, like hillbilly woodland and all that, and desert and all that. And so it was a good. It would take you a good time, like a good 2-3 minutes flight
to get there.
And I'm like, God, all I want to do is go and mess around in this jumbo jet. Why are you not letting me have fun, game? Why? So I want that sort of thing taken away, like just like at the end of the game when you complete the story, just like, you know what, we've just destroyed the person that is responsible for most of this shit. I've kicked like 99.9% of the gangs in Los Santos. I've kicked their ass, and they should really not be a factor. So why am I having to defend my territory? Excuse me, s'il vous plaît. Hello?
Why is this happening?
Why is this a thing? Like, seriously. So I hope they fix that. That's the one thing I want them to remove.
I just want...
It's like at the end of the game, once you conquer the entire city, like no one stands up to you. It's like I don't want to deal with it.
I just want that Vice City to be Vice City. That's all I want.
Again, look, my worry is the licensing for the music, because especially when I found out like for like Grand Theft Auto 4 they removed music because they didn't want to put the license up again. I'm like music is all part of your fucking game. It's like it's part of the identity. And for Vice City, if you mess with that soundtrack, you are ruining the game.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I want Vice City just to be Vice City, and then I'll be happy.
I mean, the pictures look the trailer that they launched. They look gorgeous. They do.
Yeah, it looks good.
Vice City looks so
bright
and colourful, and like it's almost like if they had this technology, this is what it would look like, which is pretty darn cool.
So yeah, November 11th for Grand Theft Auto Definitive Trilogy Edition thing.
And 90% of all streamers that will buy it and stream it will not play any of the music. That is DMCA to hell.
You know what the weird thing is, right? We're going to have streamers, because there's a lot of streamers that are young enough now who've probably never played those 3 games.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to have people streaming on them being like, I have no idea what this is, and I'm like, my heart has been pounded. It is hurting so badly right now.
Oh, especially like who the hell's Tommy Verzetti? I'm sorry, Pod. Excuse me.
I'm gonna have to go sit in a darkened room. Hold on.
He's basically Scarface. Basically.
Yeah, it's Scarface. Well, to be fair, Vice City is basically a homage to Scarface. So.
And basically mostly Scarface, but then there's the other like 80s mobster stuff that came out at that time. But mostly Scarface, which is really good. Yeah, I'm looking. Part of me is looking forward to it. Another part of me is literally like, what are you gonna do to fuck it up?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to fuck it up? You know, don't EA this shit. 2K, and extrally, don't 2K this. 2K.
Don't 2K this, please.
Don't do. Just
give me
3 weeks. Don't be yourself. Can you do that? Can you not be yourself for 3 weeks? Okay? We're good? Okay? Because you've been absolutely massively douchebaggery to the modern community. So, you know, to balance that out, you should just basically shut the fuck up and don't do anything except for make sure the game is released in a complete state and then not fuck with it.
Yes.
So, yes, that's to look forward to.
So that's to look forward to. It looks good.
It does.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm a little bit dubious on the price, but like I said before, like my thinking is we're getting 3 games. All 3 of them have been spruced up,
and all 3 are very big games.
They're all big games. So if you're looking at it, it's more like what, 15 quid each? Well, no, just around about 15.50 each, roughly. My maths is not good.
I know your maths is not good. It's like it's about £16 odd.
There you go. I was close.
Each.
I was close.
You went far off. No.
No. Anyway, moving on. So, as a Destiny fanboy, I feel like I should talk about this.
Yes.
There's been a bit of a
Schisms.
foobar. Bit of a foobar.
There's been a bit of a
bit of a rumbling on
Yes.
on the Destiny community.
I've noticed this on the social medias, on the Twitter.
I have seen it. I've seen about it. Now, I'm gonna be straight up here. I have bought the high end edition.
Mm-hmm.
I've bought the deluxe edition with the 30th anniversary.
Yes.
Now, for every time we have mentioned Destiny, I've always said I am a fanboy. So
That was a given.
that was a given. I was always going to get that edition.
Yes.
I did not know that this they were doing this. So before anything, because I literally bought it on the day it came out.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it on the day it came out.
Because we first thought that it was going to be...
Because I knew the dungeons that are coming up in December. I knew you had to buy the 30th anniversary edition to get those. I knew that. I didn't know that what they were doing, because of what's come out, is if you buy just the standard Witch Queen, you will not be getting any dungeons.
Now,
at all. After Witch Queen's launch.
Yeah. Now, the dungeons are easily...
They're my favourite thing to do.
The best content in the game. Because they are basically like mini raids designed for
Designed for one person.
Designed for one person, but
you can do it
in a fire team of 3.
They're designed to be able to be... Because the raids are the best thing about Destiny. The raids are the best. But they are specifically designed for 6 people.
Yeah.
Whereas the dungeons, and this is what I like about the dungeons so much, is the fact that I can do them on my own, or I can do them with buds.
That's why we did Crota so many times. Because Crota was one of the few that you could actually cheese with, like, less than 6
you could complete Crota on your own in about 20 minutes. Easy. If you had the right gear and you knew what you were doing. You could take out Crota 20 minutes.
Until they fixed it.
Until they fixed it and changed the bridge. Oh, I was so annoyed when they changed the bridge.
The bridge was annoying.
I loved the bridge cheese.
Yes, let's have a combat system where movement is really like important, because standing still means you get shot. And let's force them to stand still.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
Yeah, the bridge is the worst part about Crota. But anyway, so... Yeah, if you get the standard edition of the Witch Queen, you will not be getting the two dungeons unless you upgrade to the deluxe edition. Now that's even after Witch Queen has come out.
Yeah.
Which,
considering the fact that this is content that potentially will get vaulted, considering the fact that
that's another thing with the stuff in Forsaken being vaulted.
The stuff in Forsaken, which is not that old.
Yeah, which means you're going to be... there's a few quests that if you haven't done them, you're not going to be able to do. There's even an exotic quest that you're not going to be able to do if you haven't done it yet.
Like, I understand. Like, part of me understands the reasoning, because it's like they want to save space on the game. I understand that, but then they want to. Again, it's this whole thing of like they're presenting it like an MMO, and they're doing stuff that
MMOs do not
MMOs would not do. Like, can you imagine the absolute outrage if, even though it's like ain't like really old, and people literally like it's the worst part of the game, if A Realm Reborn was taken out?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the outrage of that happening? Because it's like so important to the thing. It's still like people still go there. Like, last time I played Destiny, I still went to the
Tangle Show.
Yeah,
I still go to the Tangle Show.
Yeah,
it's been part of the last event. So going there's still been.
It's still
needed.
Yeah, but the thing is, always like it's a good fun place to actually fight and play the game.
And also, it's the only place you can fight the Scorn.
Yeah,
there's nowhere else. I mean, there's the Dreaming City, but that's only once a week. Well, once every 3 weeks. Unless you like travel around and then you can find them fighting Taken, but So, yeah, there's that. Then there's the pricing, the dungeon thing, which seems a bit. I'm not happy about it. I don't like it. Like I said, I've already guaranteed that I'm getting the dungeons.
Yeah,
and I'm getting the season pass.
You were going to buy that.
I was going to buy that regardless. It wasn't down to just like, oh well, I best buy this because they're not going to give me dungeons. I just like I said, I bought it before
this
any of this has been announced.
Made properly a thing.
So I know I shouldn't. I know it's thing, but
do not pre-order.
But when it comes to, especially when it comes to downloading stuff, it's just easier.
Yeah.
To get it done.
Personally, I think it is a dumb thing to do. The worst thing you could do for a multiplayer designed game is do something that will split the community.
The worst thing
between those that have it and those that don't.
The worst thing about this is the fact that one of the dungeons is where you're going to get Galahorn from. Do you remember how bad Destiny was with the Galahorn thing?
Yeah.
Because that's coming back.
Yeah.
That's going to come back with you introducing Galahorn back into the game.
Yeah, Galahorn is easily the most overpowered.
Like we're going to go back to. Do you have Galahorn? No. Kick.
Yeah.
That's.
Raiding will be back to you need to have Galahorn because Galahorn is so overpowered.
Yeah. And the Destiny community, as much as I like the Destiny community, we're not the nicest people in the world when it comes to, you don't have this? Oh, too bad, get lost. That's what
we were very fortunate with the group we found.
I stuck with my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And we just kind of let people join us.
We brute forced.
And we brute forced a lot of this stuff.
Like, friggin'
Vault of Glass, where it was just like, no, we're finishing this.
It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. We're fucking finishing this, and we did, and it was fun. It was great. Vault of Glass is easily Vault of Glass and Taken King is
King's Fall.
King's Fall
is the best raid they've ever done.
Yeah,
love King's Fall.
King's Fall is probably my proudest achievement of actually being able to finish that.
Yeah,
because we spent, I think, how long? Just trying, and part of the problem was that like there was at least me. I knew at one point I was holding it back, everyone back because my light level was so fucking low. I was so on the level compared to everyone else, so I was like doing shit all damage.
But it was all right. You were the cannon fodder.
Yeah.
And we used the lower light person as you're supposed to. Cannon fodder.
Yeah. And
you're the distraction.
Also, I was a Titan, therefore I had bubble.
Yeah.
The one person that could probably get away with being low level is the Titan, and guess what? I was a friggin' Titan.
I love that. I loved that raid. I just wish we get more raids like that because the raids after that haven't
Shiva wasn't that great.
Shiva wasn't fun.
It was overwhelming. For
the Leviathan was just. Oh my god!
I think that's the biggest problem with like everything that's happened after all the raids that they've introduced after then. That are new. Like Vault of Glass apparently is really really good, but the only thing is they've changed it to match the gameplay of Destiny 2, which is slightly different, and therefore you have to really tweak a couple of things. And so the Siva raid was overwhelming. The Leviathan is it's like so communicating reliant.
Yeah. And
because Destiny is a action first person shooter,
everything moves around so fast.
Like that was the reason. I mean, I think we've said it before, like Vault of Glass's final fight, there was really little all you had to do was get into your teams.
Yeah.
And basically, like, the most important communication was
Mars or Venus.
Mars or Venus. Which one were you on?
Yeah.
Which group got teleported? And that was it. It was a quick, simple, like, and once you knew what to do, it was that, and then it was back to like making sure you didn't die and killed everything. And
I think King's Fall got it right because you remember the only time you really had to, like, you didn't have to do the communication, but if you the complicated stuff was like if you want that bonus thing for beating this boss, well, you got to do it in this very specific way.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we did it.
Yeah.
We did that stuff.
It wasn't, but it wasn't like massive communication.
Like,
it was basically this stage we do this stage we do this, and it was more easier to lead or follow sort of thing. And Shiva was just the final boss fight for
Shiva was the first one. Shiva was the first one that made me feel like if you don't have a very specific set of guardians, you're not going to do it. Like you needed a bow user.
Yeah.
For Hunter to fight the final boss, because you needed that bow user to hook all the spawns that came out from the top, and then you needed a fire titan. So if you didn't have a fire titan, you were buggered, and you needed a lightning warlock. And if you didn't have one of those, you were buggered. You needed those three.
But everything was like there was like 7 different things you had to do it all at the same time, and it was just like. The cacophony of noise in that fight was just like I was just like, nah, I'm not. This is beyond my skill. This is my thing, yeah. Like I know my limit on Destiny 2, and this is beyond me. Or Destiny.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, like I said, I don't do the raids on Destiny 2 just because I can't be bothered with them.
I'm trying to remember what the newest raid was that launched with.
Beyond Light.
Beyond Light.
I don't think there was a raid.
No, there is a raid.
Oh wait, yeah, it's on. It's on.
I've seen people do the raid.
Yeah. I know which one.
And the fact that like after every attempt there has to be like a debrief of like 10 minutes of like what the fuck did we do wrong?
Yeah.
And like okay, so now we need to do this and we need to focus on this. And,
yeah.
And I'm not, and like it's like.
This is why I like the dungeons. Dungeons, I can just go on and just run forward. And yeah, there are puzzles in the dungeons, but they're not ridiculously hard where I need like, alright, I need to have I need one person stood over there, I need another person stood over there, and then when he presses that button, I need that person to then shoot that target so that I can then put my hand on this thing and also do a ballerina.
The fucking relay.
The relay.
The relay and the Leviathan.
That was my favourite thing in the Leviathan. Everything else sucked. Everything else was terrible.
I know,
but the relay was fun.
The thing is, alright, you had 2 parts of the relay. One was the bit where the people running the relay, and the other bit with the people in the middle making sure the route for the relay.
Yeah, that they shot the right thing.
Shot the right thing. The big problem is that you were still being attacked at the same time for the people in the middle. So it's just like. Yeah, no. I like Destiny's raid.
I think Destiny's raid problem is like they do all these puzzle things, but then they just swarm you with enemies. And if all they did was just like have it so that you only needed like 4 people to do the puzzle, so 2 people could fight the enemies and protect you, then maybe it would be a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But they do it so like you need all 6 people to be on point at all times, and when you're being attacked,
it also feels like the bosses are built like MMO raid bosses.
Yeah,
which is okay if you also didn't throw a bajillion ads in the way.
Yeah, there's thrown ads in, which is fine, but then there's the amount that Destiny sends in, and I do agree. Yeah, I think The Last Wish didn't do that. The Last Wish I do know was quite good, but like. Last Wish came out with Forsaken, and most of our group no longer play Destiny.
Yeah, by then.
So I think
there was no way we were going to play with 2 randoms, let alone the 3 that we would have needed.
Yeah, but the dungeons are fun. So I'm a little bit gutted that they've done this.
I don't think hiding the best material behind a paywall is going to. Let's be honest, Destiny 2 still has issues with
monetization.
With monetization, it still has issues with people who don't play the game. That this is the sort of
it is not a good game for newcomers to come into anymore. Yeah. It really isn't.
And also, like, just the image that this projects, like the fan base. They've gone from like one thing to another where like where you get like something that pisses the fan base off. The fan base are very vocal about it, rightfully so, and then it dies down a bit because they start fixing all the stuff, and they start going, oh yeah, it's getting back to like really, and then they pull something else out.
Yeah.
Like it's not that long ago with the freaking transmogs. Yeah, the transmogs, and it's like that is what people are going to remember and hear about. That's what they're going to hear about the most because you piss the fan base off so much. They get open in arms about it, and before you can like, you then fix whatever problem that's caused, and then you start putting stuff in, and then the fan base starts getting excited again, and then the fan base starts going, okay, I'm going to start like bigging up, I'm going to get hyped, I'm going to get excited, I'm going to tell my friends it's back to good Destiny 2,
and then,
blah blah blah,
yeah.
and then they pull something else out, and it's this cycle of just like sabotaging themselves. It's like, Bungie, just stop for a second. Just, look, we've offered every other company. We can be the people that says this is a bad idea.
This is a bad idea, don't do it.
And tell you why.
Yeah.
For example, putting your best content behind an extra paywall is only going to alienate your fan base, who will get very vocal. And then those very vocal alienated fan base, who will not pay the extra money you want, meaning that you're losing money, will then tell the people who don't play your game but might play your game to don't play your game.
And we don't. And as a Destiny fanboy, I would not. I want people to play your game.
Yeah,
like
I want more people to play Destiny. The gun combat in Destiny is easily one of the best things about it, and one of the best.
It's one of the best gunplay shooters out there. Yeah. It is. But
you keep pulling this shit, and you no longer have the excuse of saying, "Oh well, it's Activision's fault anymore," because you're not part of that anymore.
Yeah,
so like, this is your decision. You've decided to put an extra paywall behind actual gameplay content.
Yeah, which is weird to me. It's very weird to me. I can understand, like, oh yeah, the 30th anniversary is you get, because I thought the 30th anniversary was just a lot of cosmetic stuff.
I was thought they were going to do that.
That's because
like some old school fucking Destiny 1.
It's got the Hive Guardian armor.
Yeah.
In the
maybe some little nods to like Halo.
Maybe
an old BioWare games.
BioWare.
Oh, not BioWare.
Bungie.
We got the first letter right. I'm tired. I've been to work.
I thought it was just going to be like a lot of cosmetics. Maybe like an extra like one mission that's like a nod to like old Destiny. Maybe like we get to go back to the different parts in the Cosmodrome that you can't go to at the moment now. And stuff like that.
I'm trying to think what was one of the strikes that isn't in now that we used to do a lot. Because I know they brought back the Servitor one.
Yeah.
But wasn't there another one on? Which one?
On Earth.
Yeah, wasn't there another one on Earth?
There was about 3 on Earth. There was the Servitor one.
Yeah.
There was the Hive one. Omnigul.
Yeah, Omnigul, which came out.
But that one's back as well with the Cosmodrome.
Yeah.
Because the Cosmodrome has 2.
Third one. I'm trying to remember what the third one was.
I think the third one was part of the Shiva
expansion,
but I can't really remember it. But I don't know. I was just kind of thinking.
Oh, the two Cabal commanders.
Yeah.
The two Cabal commander one was really good.
That was that was on the Dreadnought.
Was that on the Dreadnought?
Yeah, that was on the Dreadnought.
Still.
Yeah, so that was still a good one.
Still, that was a really good one. And if they brought the Dreadnought back, they might actually bring that one back as well, which would be awesome. But then again, it's like...
I wouldn't mind. To be fair, I wouldn't mind going back to the Dreadnought. I love the Dreadnought, just a little circle.
Yeah.
Do a little circle. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this, because this is just kind of like, why? It's just one of those situations where I'm just like, you were doing so well.
Why have you decided to take this shotgun and shoot you in the foot? Yeah, I'm on the same. It's like everyone was hyped, really, really hyped for Was it Lost?
Witch Queen.
Witch Queen. Everyone was really getting excited. The fact that there was going to be Hive Guardians or Taken Guardians.
Hive Guardians.
Hive Guardians. The fact that there was going to be actual Hive Guardians, and I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. And then they've pulled this on, and it's just like, why have you done this? Why? What is the point? I was starting to actually think about getting back into Destiny 2 because of the everything that was coming.
Because of the hype.
Because it looked interesting. It looked like there was new things coming, and it's like, oh, but wait, I have to buy the special extra friggin' however much special edition to get all the new content. No thanks. I'm not happy that you're bumming vaulting so much stuff as well. But but not only are you going to vault a lot of the stuff that I like
with
playing,
this one is...
you're also going to now put something behind a paywall, which you're probably going to vault in about a year's time.
Yeah, we are. Especially because I think the new world it's Sabathun's throne world.
Yeah.
So...
I'm
assuming
if we kill Sabathun, the throne world disappears.
Yeah, the throne world's going to disappear. So that kind of makes sense that that goes away.
I'm really worried that all this build between the whole thing, like the story wise, like you've said to me, story wise, the whole vaulting of the stuff and the disappearance of the planets and that. There better be a massive payoff at the end of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm most worried about because
I don't think there's going to be a payoff at the end of this.
Because the vaulting of worlds at the moment makes sense because that's what's happening in the story is that the darkness is taking over the planets.
Yeah.
With the pyramid cube, so it makes sense that we wouldn't be able to go back there. Yeah. It does make sense. But like I've said, if there's no payoff here, at the end, if say we get to the end. We get to the final shape. We finish the final shape, and we're still stuck with 6 planets. And even though we know there's 12 altogether,
that we can go to. The darkness is defeated, and we should be able to go back to.
We should be able to go back to all these planets, and yet we can't. I would be a little bit peeved with it, but. Unfortunately, this is something that so far Bungie's not backed down from any decision that they've made.
No.
From any fan backlash at the moment. So I don't think this is going to change. I think this is going to be stuck the way it is. Which does suck because I know that I've got a couple of friends who still play Destiny and I'm not 100% sure they're going to... Because they're not fanboys like me.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to buy the stuff. And I love doing the dungeons with people.
Yeah.
I love doing the dungeons with 2 people, just me and them, and we're just pissing about.
It sucks because I'm worried that, like you say, if they don't back down, eventually they'll do something that will complete the fan base and literally go, do you know what? Nah, fuck this. And they'll piss off. I mean, hell, they've only just started to try and fix PvP.
Yeah.
After how many years of complaints? The fact that, it took, I think, was it Trials was literally dead on arrival? The last Trials that they did?
No. The latest Trials are the ones that they did. They've just done.
Yeah. Or was it the ones before?
It was the ones before.
The ones before
when they released it before.
It
was just nobody even bothered with it. But the ones that come out now, people are actually trying it because obviously they've actually reworked PvP. And that. So people are actually working Trials. And Trials is a lot easier now. I mean, you don't have to... to get good stuff, you don't have to go complete flawless 7 win anymore to get the stuff.
Bullshit.
You can still get good stuff. You just don't get the high end top tier modded stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you do that, which is fine. That's fine because I think if you do go 7 wins flawless,
you deserve
something really special.
Yes,
but you can still get some decent weapons and decent armor.
For Trials of the 7, you had to literally, to progress the story of it, you had to get, I think, was it at least, you had to go through at least, when it first launched, you had to go through at least 3 wins.
Yeah.
It was something stupid like that. It's for anyone that doesn't actually play PvP, it was fucking ridiculous because it was only 3v3. You were usually against a clan.
Oh yeah.
It was 9 times out of 10 an actual clan on the other fucking side. It was we've lost this.
Oh yeah, because only for Trials, it was only ever the hardcore PvP players that play Trials.
Yeah. And so anyone who actually wanted to see the content, which was actually, at the time, fucking important stuff.
Yeah, and the only thing you could do at the time, because it was, well, there was no end game at the point. At that point, it was literally just, well, you can either do trials or you can do the strikes. But I've done all the strikes. Well, you've got trials to do, but trials sucks.
Well, there's the strikes, but I've got all the stuff from the strikes. Well, there's trials, but trials sucks. But there's the strikes.
Or you can raid. I'm one person. I am one person.
Oh, this guy put up on YouTube. He's raided with one thing. Yeah, it's called hacks.
Also, he is a lot better than me. If you haven't noticed. Also, I'm a hunter. I'm incredibly squishy.
Yeah, have you not noticed?
And that guy's a warlock.
Have you not? Yeah. No, that guy's a titan.
Yeah, and that guy's a titan. Like,
also, have you not noticed him like headshotting with snipers? By no scoping. Have you not noticed him doing that? Yeah. So, Bungie, can you please stop shooting your own foot, please?
Stop shooting the fan base, please. Be nice to them. Okay. As much as that sucks, we're actually on to some good. Most of this one is a fairly positive chat today. So we're going to talk next. There is a rumor. There is a rumor for Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm. It is Warner Brothers. So,
it is Warner Brothers.
I get a giant thing of salt to caveat that rumor. Because even if the rumor is true, it's Warner Brothers. They can fuck it up.
Yeah, that's true. Basically, Warner Brothers Games is going to be working on a Warner Brothers version of Smash.
They've seen how Nickelodeon's version of Smash has come out and done well.
Yeah, basically.
They want a slice of that pie.
Yeah.
Which, if they make a competent game, they've got, because Warner Brothers has DC. So everyone in the DC could be
any DC
character.
They've got
Hanna-Barbera, so that's Scooby-Doo, Flintstones,
Hair Bear Bunch,
Huckleberry Hound, Dick Dastardly,
yeah, the Wacky Races.
Oh God, Penelope Pitstop and the Ant Hill Mob.
Yeah, they've got the everything to do with the Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs. There's a lot of characters that Warner Brothers can use. There's just like a smorgasbord. There's just tons.
Yeah, you think Smash Brothers has a large...
There's a large roster.
This could be ridiculous.
This could be stupid.
This could be Marvel. This could be
this would be bigger than
Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Yeah,
this could be Mortal Kombat Armageddon levels of roster size.
Yeah, just fucking huge. Are you kidding me? Is there any need? No. So reportedly it is. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. So we're gonna have Lord of the Rings characters in there.
You say I wouldn't put Lord of the Rings in there?
I know, but we're talking about Warner Brothers here.
Yes. We're talking about Warner Brothers.
I'm trying to think, is there any other franchises that Warner Brothers owns? You could see the Iron Giant. Actually, to be fair, you probably will see the Iron Giant. I don't want the Iron Giant in there because that goes completely against the message of the Iron Giant. But they'll put him in there.
He could be in the background. You could be fighting the troop.
No. Iron Giant, no fighting.
You know the scene where the army almost kills the lad and the Iron Giant goes ballistic.
Yeah.
You could have that scene happening in the background.
Okay.
And a bunch of explosions happening.
Okay, but that has to be happening.
Yes.
I can't just have the Iron Giant just being in the background punching something.
No.
For no reason.
No. Like just basically the fight takes place in the middle of that whole thing. Warner Brothers, I want my check in the mail.
What else do they own? I know they own some other stuff.
They own a lot of stuff. They're also buying a lot of Warner Brothers music, or buying a lot of artists' back catalogues, and I'm like, you're doing it so that you can just DMCA people off the planet, aren't you?
Well, that, and so that they can put the songs in the movie without having to make new music.
That's very true.
Because it's Warner Brothers. They're lazy. They would rather just pay for it than actually work on it.
Which, considering the fact that they were actually in a lot of financial problems.
No, they still are. They still are.
They still are. Yeah, they still are. Which is
why for Warner Brothers, like the fandom, the movies, because they did a lot on those movies. a lot of bigging up for the movies that are coming.
Yeah.
They need those movies to do well.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's actually quite lucky that all of them look
Black Adam,
good.
Shazam. No. Yeah, Black Adam, Shazam. Black Adam looks really good. Shazam looks really good. The Batman looks really good.
Flashpoint is looking to be
looks
good.
actually pretty decent.
Even though we've only seen like a little bit of it, but like if the rumours are true that we're going to get like Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck and stuff like that all in, then yeah, I'm down for it. I just don't. My only thing with movie Flash is that he doesn't look like Barry Allen to me. Nor does he act like Barry Allen. I'm just like, that's not Barry Allen. That guy in the TV show, that's Barry Allen, but the CW
doesn't use him.
Have murdered him. But yeah, you could end up having like Batman versus Scooby Doo.
Yes.
Or Aragon versus Superman.
You see, the problem is like here's one of the problems, and I know it's like it's not supposed to make sense, so it doesn't really matter. But like, I look at it and go, do you know what? If someone just brings in Superman, that's it. They've won.
But yeah, game over.
Game over. Superman. He's a freaking god.
Superman
yes,
wins.
I know. Like, Infamous. Is it Infamous? Not Infamous. Injustice. That's the one. Injustice, has Superman, and Superman loses.
Right, yeah, but they make these pills for people that can give them to be as strong as Superman.
Yeah, exactly. There's
I mean, they still get their ass kicked apart from
Batman.
Apart from like, because right, if you think about it, Injustice, right? At the end of the first Injustice, right? They've got all these pills, and Superman still whoops their ass. It takes them to go to another universe, bring that Superman in, and for that Superman to beat that evil Superman. Like it still takes Superman to beat Superman.
Which
so
is amazing. I have to admit, at the end of the first Injustice, where it's Superman, where it's like comic Superman versus Injustice Superman, and like it's just so fucking good.
It's
That's
so
like
cool.
It is literally like, okay, so you had Schneider with this one, didn't you? It's great. But yeah, the roster could be absolutely ridiculous. I think there's only one other company that could have a game like this and have a roster that's even more ridiculous.
Disney?
Yes. I'm worried that Disney are going to do that.
I don't think so. Because you know what Disney's mandate is with that whole stuff.
They're really, really kiddie. They want to be kiddie friendly.
They want to be, they want to be like really, really family friendly. Like so family friendly that everything's wrapped in bubble wrap sort of thing. It's why like the latest Disney Marvel movies, the violence on there has not really been
that massive,
that big, or good. To what, like the combat scenes have not been great lately.
Yeah,
I mean Shang-Chi's all right, but like I said, Shang-Chi's just a knockoff Jackie Chan movie.
For you. Yeah.
So
although it has been an improvement over the last lot of stuff that's come.
Well, I mean, you can't get any worse than Black Widow. Like you can't get any worse than Black Widow.
Yeah, that was.
Oh no, I can't. You can tell a lie. You can get worse than Black Widow. Iron Man 3.
And Iron Man 2.
And Iron Man 2. No, I like Iron Man 2 actually. I think it's a pretty decent movie. It's the third one is just absolute garbage.
But yeah, like Disney has the Marvel license,
all the Disney movies.
Yeah, all the Disney movies, all the Disney
Star
licenses,
Wars
Star Wars. Yeah, literally the roster. A Smash type game for Disney the roster would be ridiculous. Yeah. It would be ridiculous upon ridiculousness. Like the only way you could get an even bigger roster than that is if you combined everything that is being made in anime and manga in Japan.
Oh, shonen.
Yeah, if you got
just shonen,
like a proper actual Smash shonen game.
Yeah.
With shonen's entire back catalogue.
Yeah.
Because like you've got One Piece, all the characters and that like the roster in One Piece alone is ridiculous. Then you've got Bleach, which roster is pretty big.
Pretty big. And then there's Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Full Metal.
That's not shonen.
Is it not a shonen? I could have sworn it was a shonen.
No, that's not shonen.
I apologise. Pretty sure. Soul Eater.
That's not a shonen.
Is it not a shonen?
That's not. That's not Shueisha.
Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Black Clover.
Yeah, Black Clover.
Black Clover.
My Hero.
My Hero Academia. That's got a giant roster.
Yeah, the roster on that would be. So yeah, like. There's only two places that could. There's only two Smash-like games that could have probably a bigger roster.
Yeah, and that's
like,
Disney.
That's Disney and
anything made by Shueisha.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't become a trend though. Like I don't
want this to be the same because I'm worried the way that this could be monetized is horrifying.
Yeah, and we know Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers is going to test the water of how bad they can make it. I know this for certain. It's like oh well, there was a season pass for fighting games. Let's have a single character DLC.
My worry for this is like because there's like so many different Batmen.
Yeah.
In everything, like the Warner Brothers are gonna pretty sell you 6 different Bat people one at a time.
Yes.
You're gonna get the animated one.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be skins. They're all going to be separate characters. They're not. Yep. They're not just going to be like. You're going to have like, oh, well, you want the Christian Bale Batman?
Yeah.
There's
like,
his Arkham Knight Batman
individually.
Yeah.
Like, no season pass.
No,
just individual selling like $5 each.
Here's Arkham Knight Batman. Here's Robert Pattinson Batman. Yep. Oh, he's the new one.
Here's Arkham Asylum Batman. Yeah. That's gonna fight completely different to Arkham City Batman. Oh. Here's Justice League Batman. Here's Batman from Batman and Superman. They're the same Batman. No, they're not. They'll have all the different Robins.
Oh my god! Yeah,
all of them, and then you'll have Nightwing and Red Robin, and
we're gonna get the Looney Tunes, and they'll give us like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck for free. But you want Porky Pig? That's an extra $5.
Want Tweety Pie?
You want Tweety Pie? No, Tweety Pie will have to come with Sylvester.
Yeah,
can't just have Tweety Pie on it. Is Tweety Pie a boy or a girl?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not really.
It does for pronouns.
They're a budgie. They're a budgie. Tweety Pie is a budgie. That's all that matters.
It's a bird. It's a bird.
Because he sees a purry tap.
He sees a purry tap. So those two have to come together. You want Fog on, Leg on? You want Fog on, Leg on? That's an extra $5, please. That's my worry with this one.
You want the Animax? You want the Animaniacs? Wacko?
You want Wacko, Jacko, and Dot? You're going to pay all 3 separately.
Despite the fact
you want Pinky in the Brain?
Despite the fact that Wacko, the Animaniacs, literally screams a 3-people team. Yeah.
You want Pinky in the Brain? Oh, that's another
$10.
That's another $10 there. Oh my god! I can see it already. The monetization.
You want the Anthill Mob? You will got to pay $5 for each member. They all fight together, but you got to pay $5 for each member.
They all fight together in their car, but it's $5 per member and $10
you want Peter
for the
Perfect?
car.
You can get Peter Perfect for $5. But if you want Peter Perfect to actually survive the fight without breaking down, that's an extra $5.
Oh my god! The monetization is going to be. I can just see it now.
It's going to be awful. I can almost see it now. It's going to be horrendous. You will have Fellowship of the Ring Aragon, Two Towers Aragon, Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White,
Mortal Kombat. Warner Brothers own the Mortal Kombat IP.
Oh god. That's even more.
That's even more characters.
I mean, we said Armageddon, but I didn't actually mean we were going to get the actual roster of Armageddon.
I know Warner Brothers own a IP of a fighting game. I can't remember. And then I just remembered. I was just like, oh, it's Mortal Kombat. Yeah, because they bought Midway, which then turned to NetherRealm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because Midway went under. Yeah. And basically Warner Brothers got NetherRealm from that. Mm. Oh my god, that's just horrendous. I'm worried how bad this could get really bad. And it's Warner Brothers, so this could get dead or alive
bad
levels of bad. The fact that needs 1,000 to get all the content in that game is over $1,000, and I'm like, it's a fucking fighting game.
Koei Tecmo. I love them. I love the Dynasty Warriors games, but God, your monetization is absolutely atrocious.
It's not even that good. Yeah, Warner Brothers looking at Terry Kemco and going.
Yeah, maybe that's what they want. They want to be the West
version
of Jerry Tecmo.
Oh my God, it's just so bad.
That's another like. Oh, do you want the movie version of Scorpion? It's $10. You want
which suit Sub-Zero do you want?
Do you want Bihan or like no? Don't do this.
Do you want Mortal Kombat 1 Bihan? Do you want Noob Saibot? Do you want Mortal Kombat Annihilation Sub-Zero?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! It's just like this is just this could.
Which Sonya Blade do you want? Do you want Ronda Rousey Sonya Blade? Do you want normal Sonya Blade? Do you want original Sonya Blade?
Yeah, do you want 2D?
Like, which is great.
Pixel.
Like, I think all these options is fantastic, but I'm just like
they're going to charge for every single one.
They're going to charge me like $5 for each one.
Like that's just yeah. Like I said, like on paper, this sounds like
amazing.
A great idea.
This sounds great.
Implementation is going to be shite.
Yeah, because it's Warner Brothers.
Like this is the thing. Like random like skins coming out of like opening packets and that to get random stuff.
Yeah.
For like on paper sounds like a great idea. But it's the implementation of pay us money to randomly pull lever to get stuff.
Yeah.
That is the shit bullshit of it.
That's where the bad stuff comes from.
Like
gotchas, man. Gotchas.
Oh God! Like the biggest problem with the triple game industry is its implementation and stuff is horrible. So yeah, it's a great idea.
It's a good idea.
I've
got my fingers crossed.
Like, please, Warner Brothers. Like, look, Warner Brothers, just don't Warner Brothers it. You know, like we tell EA, don't EA things. Please, just don't Warner Brothers this. Don't fuck it up the ass. Don't break the game solely so you can sell more monetizations in it. Don't do that. That would be terrible. That would be. It would be you, yes, but don't do it, please.
Please don't. Like, I'm still worried about Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad because we've heard nothing about anything to do with like monetization or anything like that. And I'm like, this is Warner Brothers. There's going to be some
There's going to be monetization in it.
Somewhere.
You are a Western AAA games developer. I mean, I know the Eastern ones aren't that great either, but still, like, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to fuck something up.
Right. So, moving on, because yes,
there's more things to talk about.
There's more stuff to talk about, but this is good. This, like I said, this is more of a positive chat.
Yes.
The Golden Joysticks, the nominations have been named.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through all those and
then go, what's that game again? What is that game?
Yeah. I'm going to, the ones I say win it, basically I'm going to choose the ones that I liked.
Yeah.
This one. I'm not going to be like, oh, wow, that one did really well. This one's going to be like, no, I like that one. I
personally want this one to do well.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with Best Storytelling. So the nominees are Life is Strange True Colours, Psychonauts 2, Wilder Myth, 12 Minutes, Chicory A Colourful Tale, and Tales of Arise. Now, out of all those games, I've only played Tales of Arise. I like the game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the best story in the world.
Yeah.
I actually think Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, I think, is going to get that one. It is a much more compelling story.
Yeah.
Personally,
I think it might be between 12 Minutes and Psychonauts 2.
Yes, I was about to say Psychonauts 2 is like.
And I'm only saying that because I've seen nothing of World of Myth and I've seen nothing of Chicory.
Yeah.
So.
Out of the stuff we know about, I'd probably say between Life is Strange and Psychonauts 2.
I'm going between 12 Minutes and Psychonauts 2 for me. Okay, so best multiplayer game is Deathloop, It Takes Two, Chivalry 2, Back 4 Blood, Valheim, and Naraka Blade Point. I would say It Takes Two.
Yes.
If I'm honest.
I'd probably say between It Takes Two and Valheim.
Yeah, maybe.
Between the two.
Naraka Blade Point, I do know about it, but I've never actually seen it properly.
I've seen people stream it and play it. It looks pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
But It Takes Two is such a good game, and the way that it does its like the co-op, is really, really good. And like all the mini games are solid and really good.
I would say Chivalry, but that game is janky as fuck. So no.
Chivalry is really, really fun to play, but no,
it's janky. It's janky.
It is janky for those that haven't ever played these games before, and it is literally like the learning curve is literally like bang, and then levels off.
Yeah.
Once you got used to everything.
I haven't played Deathloop yet. I need to play Deathloop.
Deathloop has a very like we said, Dark Souls multiplayer mechanics.
I agree with you. I think it's between It Takes Two and Valheim.
And I think It Takes Two probably is going to edge it personally. Yeah. So
okay, so we move on from that to best visual design. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Psychonauts 2,
beautiful game.
The Artful Escape,
beautiful game.
Little Nightmares 2,
beautiful game.
Horrific
game. Beautiful.
Hitman 3, which is good. It is a gorgeous game.
It is gorgeous, yeah.
And Genesis Noir. For me, Little Nightmares 2, because everything is just so different.
Yeah, the art style in it is so unique.
Like, I could say that all of them apart from Little Nightmares 2 fit into like one bracket of like
art style and that.
Of art style.
And Little Nightmares, the moment you can look at any scene from Little Nightmares and instantly know it's from Little Nightmares.
Yeah. I think the closest one to it is Psychonauts.
Psychonauts is the same because it's
very psychedelic.
That's psychedelic, and Ratchet and Clank is like it has its own style of colourfulness. They're the only. I think it's between those three.
But I want Little Nightmares 2.
Yeah, personally, I think Little Nightmares 2 should get it because it is so, like we say, it's so unique and so beautiful. But if one of the other two got it, I wouldn't begrudge it.
I wouldn't
begrudge it. Obviously, I think it's in the
to be
Golden
fair,
Joysticks. Golden Joysticks is voted on by the fan base, isn't it?
To be fair, all those games are gorgeous to look at. So if any of them win it, they all deserve to win it out of the award. So it's not a big loss. Best indie game. Like I've not played any of these games, so I don't really know.
Death's Door is really,
I have watched
really good.
people stream, so that's going to be my vote because I don't know the other ones. Chicory: A Colourful Tale, Old World, Wilder Myth, Bonfire Peaks, and Sable. And I do not know.
Oh, Sable's. Yeah, I think I've seen people play Sable. I think Death's Door, because of all the ones I've watched, Death's Door seems to be.
I think I'm only going with Death's Door because it's the only one I've seen.
Yeah,
I've not seen the other ones.
Death's Door looks like really fun to play. Yeah. Really, really fun to play.
So from that we go on to Studio of the Year, which is IO Interactive, Arcane, House Marquee, Double Fine, Capcom, and Drachneck and Friends.
Arcane.
This one is quite hard for me. I think it's going to be Arcane, but Capcom have killed it in the last.
Yeah, Capcom have had like
the last couple of
Resident
years.
Evil and...
They have like just knocked things out of the park.
So I can see Capcom getting it, but like Arcane with Deathloop just coming out and then Deathloop being as good as it is, like and Arcane have come from like their standards of reputation is really, really good.
So Arcane,
I'd probably say Arcane, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Capcom got it either. I wouldn't begrudge it.
Actually, House Marquee, they made Returnal. They were the ones that made him Returnal. So that
it could do, but I think the problem with Returnal is I think for a roguelike game, or roguelite, I can't remember what the definition is.
I think it's a roguelike. Roguelite, sorry.
Is it's a little short.
Yeah, but that's the game. We're not talking about the game. We're talking about the studio.
Yeah, I know, but like that's their only like.
This is their like first big hit.
Yeah, so
because they're not independent. They're Sony bought them.
Yeah, Sony bought them. So. Anyway,
right. So the next up is best game expansion. So we've got Ghost of Tsushima: Iki Island, Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode Intermission, The Outer Worlds: Murder on Eradios, Sims 4 Cottage Living. No. Super Mario Bowser's Fury or Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods Part 2. This is a really good one. This is a really tough one.
Bias puts me going towards Ghost of Tsushima. But
Final Fantasy. I think for me, it's between the Outer Worlds.
I think Outer Worlds deserves it.
Final Fantasy VII episode Intermission, because Intermission does enough to separate itself from the main game.
I'd probably say Outer Worlds.
I think Outer Worlds. I think it's going to be Outer Worlds, but I wouldn't be surprised if Final Fantasy wins it.
Yeah.
Mobile Game of the Year. I have no idea what any of these are, so
anyone can
win. Anyone can win. I do not care. Best Audio: Returnal, Jet the Far Shore, Sable, Little Nightmares 2, Resident Evil Village, or The Artful Escape. I'm going to go with Returnal.
Yes.
I think Returnal's sound is very, very good.
Yeah. Returnal's sound design is like each like weapon sounds unique and really, really good. The combat and the atmosphere and everything, and like the change of like tone in the game from when you go from like the combat to the clearly scary first person bits. Yeah. I think Returnal.
I think
but
Returnal,
there's a couple of others that.
But there's again
Little Nightmares 2.
All of them, Resident Evil Village, The Artful Escape, like all of them deserve to win something. So it's not like. Right, so best performer, we've got Jason Kelly as Colt Vaughn for Deathloop, that's the main character. Yeah. Erika Mora for Alex Chen in List True Colours. I have not played that, so I do not know what the voice is like, unfortunately. Maggie Robinson, Lady Dimitris, Resident Evil Village. That is my vote, because she just... it's Big Vampire Lady.
Yes. She actually does. The thing is, though, she actually does a very good job. I'm
going to try and pronounce this. I do apologise, because I'm going to butcher this. I know I am. Ozoima Akaga. Julia Blake. Juliana Blake in Deathloop, who is the
person that comes in to kill you.
Yeah. Jennifer Hale as Rivet for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is pretty good. And Elijah Wood for Gristo, Nick the Post Guy in Psychonauts 2. I don't think I've seen that, so I don't know.
I would probably put it as Lady Dimitrescu.
I'm going to go for Lady Dimitrescu. That's best game community: Final Fantasy XIV, No Man's Sky, Dreams, Monster Hunter Rise, Destiny 2, and Magic the Gathering.
Destiny 2's not winning it.
I don't think Destiny 2's
Magic the Gathering, no.
Final Fantasy
Monster Hunter
14
Rise,
might win it.
Maybe. Final Fantasy. I think it's between Final Fantasy 14
and Dreams.
And
Final Fantasy 14, No Man's Sky, and Dreams.
Yeah.
I think those three.
PC Game of the Year.
PC Game of the Year. Wildermyth, Chivalry 2, Old World, Hitman 3, Pathfinder, and The Forgotten Sea. I've only played Chivalry 2, so that's my...
probably say The Forgotten City. The Forgotten City is actually pretty darn good from what I've seen. So
we're going to go... So from that, we go to PlayStation Game of the Year, Returnal, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, Death Stranding's Director's Cut, and Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Right, here's the thing. Part of me wants Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah.
Because it is such a good looking game, and I've seen a lot of people have a lot of fun with it.
I think it's going to be Deathloop.
I think Deathloop's going to win a lot of stuff.
So from that, we go on to the Nintendo Game of the Year, which is New Pokemon Snap, Neo The World Ends With You, Monster Hunter Rise, Bravery Default 2, WarioWare Get It Together, and Metroid Dread. I want Metroid Dread to win, because if Metroid Dread wins something, they'll make a Metroid Prime 3. So, Metroid Dread, please win.
I think Metroid Dread has a good chance.
Yeah, has a good chance. I've got a feeling it's going to be Monster Hunter Rise, because that game is very, very good.
But I think it's going to be between Monster Hunter Rise and Neo.
Yeah, this one's a good one as well. Like, all of them deserve to win something. So
anyway, on to Xbox.
On to the Xbox One. Now, I think they've only got they've got 2 exclusives there. So, Lost Judgment, The Ascent, Psychonauts 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, The Artful Escape, and 12 Minutes.
Let me say, out of that lot...
I think it should go to Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2, yeah.
I think it should.
Best gaming hardware, don't care about that.
Yeah, I really couldn't.
Don't know why that's an actual award. Yeah. Still playing award.
Apex Legends, Call of Duty Wars, Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy, Destiny.
Fuck the rest of them.
Destiny 2, Grand Theft Auto Online, Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact might win this.
Fortnite, Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14. The rest of them can just go fuck themselves. There's no... It's not,
Most Wanted game, another award that really shouldn't exist.
Yeah, this shouldn't exist, but we'll go through them anyway. God of War Ragnarok, it's already fucking won. Horizon Forbidden West, Halo Infinite, Marvel Midnight Suns, Grand Theft Auto 5 and why is that in there? Why is that a nominee?
Because they pay to win it.
Skate 4, Elden Ring. Elden Ring's going to win this.
Between God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, that hasn't been released yet.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild doesn't even have a release date. We've literally only seen like not even 5 minutes of like concept gameplay. Like, we've not even seen like a finished build.
Concept game engine as well. Yeah. Like Pokemon Legends.
That's going to be the new like big open world.
Yeah, no, that's not going to get it. Starfield, no.
And Gotham Knights, no. It's between Elden Ring. Elden Ring's going to win this.
Elden Ring and God of War. Partly because I'm so invested in God of War because I'm like, okay, so how is Loki going to end this world? How is Loki going to end this?
How is Atreus going to destroy everything?
How is it going to... What's going to be the cause? Because
how are we going to end up going to Egypt? That's what I want to know.
How are we going to end up in the Egyptian
Pantheon?
How's that going to happen?
We go into the final lot, which is the ultimate game of the year. We have Deathloop, Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet & Clank, Wildermyth, Hitman 3, The Forgotten City, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, and Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Mass Effect can get fucked.
Yep.
That shouldn't be in there.
That can get booted out because that's the Legendary Edition. It's not a new release. I think it's between Psychonauts and Deathloop. I honestly think it's between those two.
You know what? I want It Takes Two to get it.
I think It Takes Two is probably the best game, and so therefore I should probably pick that. But I think the Deathloop is so fucking good. I
would like to say something on Wildermyth, but I have absolutely no idea what it is because I don't think I've ever seen it. Or if we have seen it, it's been in like it's been in the Xbox bloody showcase where they just throw everything at you and you just like, what am I looking at?
We've seen like 5 seconds of actual footage.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think
I'm with you. I think definitely.
I'm gonna pick the 3 that I think deserve to fight it out, and that is It Takes Two, Deathloop, and Psychonauts 2. I think they're the 3. I would not begrudge any one of those 3 winning.
I would take Psychonauts 2 out and put Metroid Dread in its place.
Yes.
For me. That's for me. Because I'm not I'm gonna swear on the internet now. I'm not a fan of Psychonauts.
Oh God! Batten down the hatches. The horde is coming.
I don't say.
I see the pitchforks and torches over the horizon.
I don't think it's a bad game. I don't.
You don't like it.
I don't like psychedelic.
Yeah.
I'm not keen on it. I don't like the art style and stuff like that, and I don't like that sort of thing. I just think it's very vomit-inducing when I see it, and
it's very off-putting.
Yeah, that sort of stuff's really off-putting for me. But like, it's like the stuff like, which is really weird because I could watch stuff with like Little Nightmares art style like all day, and that's got some horrific thing.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton. Like I need to get Lost in Random.
Yes.
I need to get that game, the weird dice game, because that art style is fantastic.
Deathloop kind of has a little bit of psychedelic stuff, but it's more actually more the 60s art style than
it's not psychedelic. It's not psychedelic, and it's not like all over the fucking place like in Psychonauts.
Yes.
Because the thing is with the psychedelic art style, it makes sense in Psychonauts because
you're going into people's
you're going into people's minds and like.
Shit is messed up.
You're gonna see some weird shit, so it makes sense.
Things are fucked up in there.
But for me, that sort of like the colour palettes all together and that, for me personally, it's just very off-putting and it's very sort of like, no. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I think it's a pretty good game. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, those are the nominees for all the awards.
Yes.
I do think I agree with you. I think Deathloop's going to win a fair bit.
Yeah.
I need to play Deathloop. Need to get it on there.
You need to get on your PS5 and play it in 4K.
I do on my lovely TV,
which you've just got.
Which I've just got.
Anyway.
I worked hard for that TV.
Yes, you did.
I did. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. A very positive chat today.
Yes.
Apart from talking about the monetization. So if you just take that out, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a lot more positive. I mean, granted, also taking out the Destiny stuff, that wasn't positive. But, that was us being...
Okay,
please, Destiny, stop shooting yourself.
Compared to the negative stuff that we usually talk about, two things.
Oh, yes.
Two things.
Yes, it's a much better, more positive than usual. Above average in the positivity.
Yeah. This is what I like. I like the positive.
Yes, I like talking about the positive stuff as well. I really wish the gaming industry would stop putting out negative shit. It would be great.
But anyway, yeah, I do hope you enjoy these chats. Any thoughts on the nominations and who you think's going to win?
Feel free to put in
down below
in the comments.
Feel free for it.
There is not a wrong answer because
those are all good nominations.
Yes,
for all the categories
for different reasons in multiple categories, and everyone's opinion, as long as it's not an absolutely ridiculously stupid one. Like, I don't know, certain things didn't happen.
As long as, apart from, the visual award, as long as people go, this should win because of its graphics, I'm fine. I hate that stuff when people are, it's a good game, look at the graphics. That thing could look like the
Bouncer looked amazing when it launched on PS2. It was fucking shite to play.
Yeah, exactly. That thing could look like the Mona Lisa. That doesn't mean it's going to be a good game.
Just look at COD.
Yeah, exactly. COD looks great every year. It's still shit. Still garbage. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Doodles.